Dr. James Park and Dr. Lasara had been working together at the Coalition Xenobiology Research Institute for 3 years, studying cross-species compatibility and developing medical treatment protocols. Their professional partnership had evolved into genuine friendship, then into something neither had expected: love that transcended vast biological and cultural differences. The Silvani were an ancient noble species, distinctive pointed ears that expressed emotion through positioning, skin that shifted through iridescent colors reflecting inner states, and a rigid cultural hierarchy that had governed their society for millennia. They were respected across coalition space for scientific achievements and diplomatic influence. What most species didn't openly discuss was the Silvani's foundational cultural belief. Cross-species romantic relationships were abominations that threatened genetic and cultural purity essential to their identity. Not just prejudice, religious doctrine, legal code, and social structure woven into absolute prohibition. James knew this. Liz knew this. They'd both read the cultural materials, understood that what they felt was considered unthinkable by her people and controversial even among progressive coalition species. But knowledge doesn't change emotion. When James finally asked Liz to marry him, using both human and Silvani bonding customs he'd spent months learning, he knew he was asking her to choose between him and everything she'd ever known. Liz's skin cycled rapidly through colors. Her ears shifted through positions James had learned to read: shock, fear, hope, determination. "If I say yes," she said quietly, "my family will disown me. My people will consider me corrupted. The Silvani Council will strip me of citizenship and demand exile. Coalition species sympathetic to Silvani positions will refuse to recognize our union, will be pariahs." "I know," James said. "And if that's too much to ask, I understand. Your career, your family, your entire world, I'm asking you to risk losing all of it." Liz's skin settled into determined gold, her ears positioning in absolute certainty. "Yes, I'll marry you. And we'll face whatever comes together." They tried to do it properly. Filed official bonding paperwork with coalition authorities, notified their respective governments, followed every legal protocol. The response was immediate and devastating. The Silvani Council issued a formal decree. Lasara was declared corrupted, stripped of citizenship, and ordered to return to Silvani space for rehabilitation. Everyone knew this meant forced psychological conditioning to remove her deviant attachments. Her family sent a single message. She was dead to them, her name struck from family records, any contact would be reported to authorities. Conservative coalition species issued formal protests. Several governments maintaining close Silvani ties suggested the bonding shouldn't be recognized to respect cultural differences. Even progressive species expressed concerns about complications of such a union. Earth's coalition representative tried to be supportive, but made clear they couldn't offer protection if the Silvani Empire decided to enforce their decree by force. The Research Institute terminated both their positions, citing political complications and untenable work environment. Within 2 weeks of accepting James's proposal, Liz had lost her citizenship, her family, her career, and her legal protections. Then the Silvani Empire sent retrieval teams, not officially, but everyone knew who they represented. Armed units arriving at coalition stations with extradition requests for rehabilitation of corrupted citizens. The coalition, unwilling to create diplomatic incident with the powerful Silvani Empire, didn't interfere. James and Liz realized they couldn't stay anywhere under coalition jurisdiction. If they did, Liz would be taken, James would be powerless to stop it, and their bonding would be dissolved through forced conditioning that amounted to torture. They had to flee. They fled desperately, with whatever they could carry, using James's savings to book passage on a freighter heading to non-coalition space. They became refugees from a galaxy that rejected their right to love each other. The freighter captain, a grizzled human named Sarah Chen, looked at them with pity and respect. "You two know what you're doing? Non-coalition space isn't regulated. No protections, no laws except what locals enforce. Dangerous as hell. Safer than staying where Silvani retrieval teams can legally take her," James said. Chen sighed. "Yeah, that tracks. Coalition talks big about unity, but when powerful species want something, they look away. She offered them work, medic and xenobiology expert. Won't pay great, but it's honest work and we stay out of coalition jurisdiction. Over following months, James and Liz built a new life in galactic margins. They worked on Chen's freighter, treating injuries for frontier colonists and independent traders who couldn't afford proper care. They married in a ceremony witnessed by the crew, not officially recognized by any government, but real in ways that mattered. Liz's skin still shifted through colors showing pain when she thought about her lost family, her destroyed career. James saw the cost of choosing him written on her every day. But her skin also showed happiness when they were together, determination when they faced challenges as partners, love that justified her impossible choice. 2 years into exile, they'd become fixtures on the frontier, the impossible couple who chose each other over everything. Their reputation spread through colonists, traders, and species who'd left coalition space for various reasons. They started receiving requests. Other cross-species couples facing rejection, needing medical care from someone who understood mixed biology complications, needing to know they weren't alone. James and Liz established a small clinic on a frontier station called Haven's Edge, converted cargo space and donated equipment, but theirs. They treated everyone regardless of species or ability to pay. Performed bonding ceremonies coalition space wouldn't recognize. Provided care for mixed species families mainstream medicine didn't understand. They became symbols of choosing each other over a galaxy that said they shouldn't. 3 years after fleeing, Liz received a message through encrypted frontier networks. From her younger sister, "I saw what you built. I saw the life you chose. I understand now why you chose it. Father forbids contact, but I wanted you to know you're not dead to everyone. Some of us remember that love matters more than doctrine. Stay safe, sister." Liz's skin cycled through colors, grief for family lost, hope for connection that might still exist, love for the life she'd chosen despite its cost. When coalition journalists eventually found them, James and Liz gave honest answers. James, Liz accepted my proposal knowing it would cost her everything. Her citizenship, family, career, entire world, all gone because she chose to love someone her culture said was forbidden. I see that cost every day, but I also see she doesn't regret it. That's what real love looks like, choosing each other even when the cost is everything. Liz, my people taught me cross-species love is corruption, that purity matters more than individual connection. But choosing James taught me that love isn't corruption. It's the most honest thing I've ever felt. Yes, I lost my family, my citizenship, my place in Sylvani society. But I gained a partner who sees me as a person, not as representative of purity standards. I gained a life built on choices rather than cultural prohibitions. She paused, skin showing determined colors. The galaxy opposed our union because it threatened comfortable categories and prejudices. But their opposition doesn't make our love less real. If anything, fighting for our right to exist makes what we've built more meaningful. We chose each other, we chose this life, and we'd choose it again knowing the cost. Their clinic continued growing, more exiled couples arrived, more frontier colonists sought their expertise, more community formed around the radical idea that love between species shouldn't require fleeing a galaxy. The coalition never recognized their marriage. The Sylvani Empire never revoked Liz's exile, but neither sought that recognition anymore. They'd built something real in spaces between official approval, a life, a community, a future existing because they were brave enough to choose each other when the galaxy said they shouldn't. Sometimes